Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. Sorry about that, about a few seconds or maybe a minute maximum. Forget the sound again. Sorry. Okay. Oops, that thing is scrolling again. Hi, Dorado, Shirenzi, Glorious E, Craig Dixon. I hope everyone is well. Everyone in condition, I love Taro. I appreciate your help, chat managers. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. If you like the channel and you like the work that I do, feel free to donate if you can. And also, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up to keep the video going. Okay. Do you guys, those of you who have been with me for a while, remember I said at one point that people would be calling Trump a liar, like without any hesitation, because do you guys remember during the first term, they would not call him a liar. And the reason why I'm bringing that up today is because Chuck Todd from MSNBC just called him a fraud and a liar. I was surprised, and I remember I told you that, and the other reason why I am bringing it up again is because it's going to get worse. And last night, around 10:30, I was watching O'Donnell. O'Donnell wasn't, he had someone else, I know who, I forget his name right now. He's on the weekends as well. Jonathan was was hosting for him. And I've gotten this before. But after last night, I said I had to let you guys know what I am getting. The way I put it to you before is like the very first time Trump and his family went to visit the White House, they wanted to take over. They find the gig so amazing. Power, money, more people, more ways to make money. At that time, Ivanka's husband, thank you very much, Jordan Johnson, for your generosity and the super chat. I appreciate it. Jordan says you're amazing. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, at that time, at what I said up maybe a year into the Trump previous White House stint, I said they were creating, a phone book, a black book basically, with the important people's phone number, people they can grift, they can take money from. And they were trying to look for ways to do that. But Trump went and did January 6th, which failed. Intuitively, and I keep getting this from Trump, okay? I don't want anyone to be afraid, not think I'm, sometimes I wonder some of the stuff. I'm being honest with you guys. I'm letting you know what's coming, and they are unfolding as we speak. But the past few days or week, I've been getting this stronger and stronger. Trump has no plans to leave the White House unless he dies or Republicans with Democrats force him out. And let me tell you a couple of other things. I pointed them out to you not as a main topic, but I said, why would Trump be renovating not only the Oval Office, it's like it's his home. Yes, you're going to be, I'm in some place I'm only going to use for 4 years. It's not my house. I stay here because of the job. And then, it's like, you can decorate your office, but your creepy decorations, like, gold leaf, all kinds of golden stuff, except, his golden shower he didn't bring with him, but everything is gold. We never know, he probably peed in that office too. And he decided to redo some section. He's creating a ballroom in the White House, from what I understand. And also he basically removed the Rose Garden by the Kennedys, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Why would Trump be doing all those things? He doesn't intend to stay for one term. He intends to stay until he dies. But thank God, he's, like I've told you from the beginning, he had no intention of leaving. He had no intention of leaving the first time, and this time he's making sure he stays. The problems he's having, he did not realize when you surround yourself with incompetent people, they can't help you. And he's sinking right now because of that. And do you guys remember I told you yesterday, and I've said that before as well, but yesterday was probably the second or third time I've mentioned it. Bundy is not happy, and she's looking for a way out. I just read this morning in the online papers, they are saying that she may get fired because of the way she handled the whole Epstein thing. Now, if Trump had somebody who's competent, yes, first of all, the guy is asking you to do things. He's putting you in jeopardy. You're a lawyer. You should know better. But number two, you think these people would be smart enough to sit and put a plan together on how you're going to fix this problem? No, not everything is going to work according to your plans, but at least you have something. She was making it up as she was asking questions and all kinds of stuff, and now she's looking like dirt. They're a bunch of cretins anyway. The same thing with Epstein, among others. So now there is major panic. The only place it's backfiring to, and because they are all incompetent, Vought, Miller, among other people, with Norm, the way they are abusing minorities. They are failing there too. That's why that's part of the reason why I told you yesterday, there is so much fear in the White House because of the Epstein stuff. But right now, and let me tell you one more thing. I'm being shown the 91-year-old or 90-something-year-old senator. I forget his name. If it's flush, I mean, I'm sure you guys know who I am talking about, who basically pushed through Emil Bovy. Okay. What Trump is trying to do, and that's what those guys are going to try to do, they're going to try to, Trump is going to has nominated a whole bunch of judges and people he can put in key position in the lower court in order to help him remain in power. That's because he is being blocked at every turn when it comes to the lower court. That's going to backfire on him too. These are the two things. The immigration thing, that's being slow because those immigrants, they're here trying to earn a little bit of money to help themselves, their family, and if they can bring their family here. I'm not for illegal immigrations, all that kind of stuff. I was lucky. My father brought my father brought me here. Okay, and at that time, it was easy, but today it's a little more difficult. But what I meant to say, instead of illegal immigration, what I meant to say is, even undocumented people are making our lives easier. And I was watching something right before I came on. That's why I forgot to turn my mic on. a construction company owner was discussing he's being charged now because he doesn't have enough people to do the job. No one is showing up for work because they are terrified ICE may come to get them. Okay? I agree with taking away the criminals. We don't need them. I think everyone agrees with that. But it feels like to me, this is one thing that is a slow motion wreck. And what I said yesterday still stands. Once they realize everything is failing, Trump is going to use that as an excuse to deploy the military. That's going to backfire. But it feels like to me intuitively, behind the scenes, the panic is they don't know what to do next. And Trump is adamant. And it's not only him, his family too. And they are enjoying this, my friends. They love it. Because, do you guys remember, after January 6th, when they were booted out of the White House, the way they were crying on the tarmac because January 6th failed? They missed the hostile takeover. So now it's not only Trump who wants revenge, it's his entire family. And you know, I was watching, in fact, I was trying to figure out a thumbnail to do for this video today. Okay. And guess who I stumbled on, a video I stumbled on? Ceausescu. That's not a good thing. I don't believe chances. Everything happens for a reason. Me stumbling, and I was thinking of, okay, I should make a thumbnail for this video today. I started working on it. I didn't have time to finish it yet. But the point I'm trying to make is there is a parallel between Trump's behavior, the way he's going about, the way he's operating to get to the uni-presidency, however they want to call it, dictatorship. It sounds exactly the same as Ceausescu's, when Ceausescu was in power. Oh, I forgot the name of the country now. Okay. But there are so many similarities. It's not funny. And he had 3 kids, Ceausescu. I know Trump has about 5 or 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 6. 5 or 6, I don't remember exactly. But Ceausescu had 3. They all ended badly. I think there is one that's probably still alive. He had 2 sons and a daughter. The daughter, from what I understand, basically lost her mind. One of the sons couldn't adjust to the life of being a regular person. But I don't know if they took part in whatever their parents were doing. But the Trump family is taking part. I hope they do a little research and history instead of sitting behind the scene clapping and taking advantage at every turn, because their father lied his way into the presidency, and it's catching up with him now. And no, he's not going to get away with any of his misdeeds. He's going to continue to lie because that's what he does. But the point I'm trying to make is the Trumps have made a commitment to one another. They're going to take over this country, and they want to turn it because that's who Trump admires. Kim Jong-un, Putin, Xi. That's his goal. Republicans have another goal. Republicans, that's another thing that they diverge. Their goals, Republicans, they're just using him as a means to an end. but I don't think he believes that or understands what's going on. There is something that's just starting, and I've been saying it, well, I said it the past couple of weeks. I've mentioned Mike Johnson. He's playing the double game. And Massey and others on the Republican side basically are breaking with Trump. And the Senate, there is a bill that was passed yesterday that has to do with stock trading and blah, 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 and stuff like that. It was on Jen Psaki's show last night, and they were discussing stock trading and how, I believe he's from Tennessee, the guy who ran across the Capitol on January 6th. You guys know who I'm talking about. I can't remember his name right now, but once I do, I'll tell you. I'm sure you guys know who I'm talking about. It's not that difficult to remember who's the guy who walked in front of the Capitol and went like this, and then 5 minutes later, I'm just being facetious, I'm saying 5, it was longer than that. He was running away from the people he was, giving the fist to hang in there, Yeah, that guy. It seems like he's having enough, and he's not the only one. The Senate is going to break up, the Republicans in the Senate, they're not going to remain unified, and I said that a while back. What is happening is what I have been saying for a while. They're going to split from him, and if Democrats play their games properly, the Epstein stuff, they're going to use it, or they can use it, to end the Trump presidency. And they are beginning to realize that. I've said that before, I'm repeating it this morning, because I saw in a magazine this morning, Raw Story, okay? I'm afraid whenever I'm streaming live like that, something doesn't go wrong. It's in Raw Story. If you go to that website, Raw Story, you will see there is an article about a Republican strategist who said the Epstein stuff can be used to bring down Trump. Well, I'm not saying, it can be used. It will be used. And it's having a major effect. What's going to happen, the other reason I feel, abusing kids is a whole different story. Oh, I'm being shown Michael Wolff. There is a video on Midas Touch. I don't remember when it came out, okay? The title reads, from the thumbnail, Michael Wolff saw the Polaroids. Remember, guys, the picture I told you Michael Wolff saw? I forgot to mention they were Polaroids. Polaroids. Sorry, I hope I'm putting the accent in the wrong place. I hope you guys got me. If you are over 20 years old, you will know what Polaroids were, I think. But anyway, yes, the reason why I'm saying this, there is another front that's opening when it comes to this Epstein file. If anyone has any doubt, Michael Wolff, and I've said this before, among other people who never took part, but they saw what was happening. And Trump slipped, was it yesterday or sometimes in the past few days, when he said Epstein stole his girls or his workers or something like that. And now the family of the Geoffrey, the young lady they abused, okay, the one who committed suicide not too long ago, her family is coming out and wondering, because of what Trump said, how much he knew. Because he was aware of Epstein's taking his workers. What, he must have done something. And guys, he knew. And Michael Wolff, among other people, will testify against him. It will take him down. The fancy plans, and let me tell you, intuitively I feel, this has the potential not only to affect Trump, it will affect his family as well. The second thing is the corruption, the crypto, the way they're going about it as if they've never seen money before. And believe now it seems like to me they are beginning to be a little more careful about some of the things that they're doing. But if you remember at the beginning, every day they had some crypto, something going. Every day they're traveling or some kind of business they are creating. I am not sure if they have attained their goals of how much money. I'm not saying they have enough. How many ways they can go about making money, so they are enjoying it, continue to do it. They don't have to be in the public like that. And it seems like some people spoke to them as well. Okay? There are a number of ways. It's not only going to be Trump. It's going to be his family as well. And if we have an aggressive attorney general, which I think there's a very good chance we may have, the person I feel, if he runs for president, he'll make it, is Newsom. If Newsom becomes president, Trump can forget it. And he will not stop. Nothing, well, it's not going to be on him. The person he picks as his AG won't be afraid to follow the law and do what's right for this country. And it feels like to me, the investigation there's probably, it feels like to me there may be a whole different entity. I don't know how they do it. I'm not an expert in legal stuff, but it feels like to me DOJ will be in charge of the investigation because there's going to be so many people involved, so much work. They're going to have to do something else to take care of all of it. That's how bad things are behind the scenes. And there are a lot of things that are happening we don't know about. People who work there now will be telling us at the right time. But that's what's going to nail or put to bed the whole notion that Trump wants to be there forever. Republicans understand as well, and that's why right now, according to James Psaki last night, they are testing, okay, to see. That's why I think she called him a paper tiger. I never thought he was any more than that anyway. He's a coward. I feel as we go forward, they're going to realize, like Jen Psaki, I believe, said last night, it's not that bad if you stand up to him. Be a man. Be a man. They should have done that before. That's what's going on behind the scenes. Oh my God. Time went by. Well, Republicans, what Republicans are thinking, that's where I am at right now. So I'm sorry I transitioned into that title, but it's all coming at once. That's what they are thinking right now on how to take him on, be able to keep their seats. I doubt they're going to be able to do that. But expect more Republicans as we go forward to stand up to him, because they too want to be president, or at least know within the next few years they can declare their candidacy to be president. Right now they can't do that. They can't even dare to talk about it. And a lot of them are getting angry about it. And their plan was use this guy in order for us to make headway and stay in power for as long as we possibly can. They're beginning to realize, or they've realized, the plan is not a good plan. And many of them are beginning to resent Trump and his family. And yesterday, Trump gave us a good example how he used that 90-year-old guy. I forget his name. I should scroll down. I'm sure some of you probably wrote it. After he did Trump's bidding for him, Trump turned on him and called him a loser. I asked you to do something with blue cards. And I'm not quite sure what Trump wanted him to do, but I'm sure you guys heard how Trump berated him yesterday. And he went, "Oh, I'm not happy. Trump called me name." Oh, They should take that as a lesson. That's how dictators are. They ask you for an inch, and then they turn around and says, "No, I asked you for an inch. You should have given me a whole foot. None of that inch stuff. That's what I asked for, but I expected more." Yeah. Right now, a lot of them are beginning to wonder. They've met before about it, how to stop Trump. Okay? It's coming. And it's going to manifest itself in, Republicans' party breaking up, just like in the House. I think it's going to break up in 3. And the Senate is going to be probably somewhere around 2. I'm not counting Democrats. I'm talking about Republican Republican senators. But that's what's going to stop Trump and the Epstein stuff. Because the Epstein stuff is too much. It's revolting. A lot of them, they have daughters. They're not happy about it. So my friends, I've been picking this up for a while. I knew about it. I told you a long time ago that was their goal. Trump and his kids, all of them. You should remain in power. They are angry. They want revenge because they were booted out of the White House in 2000. That's what's going on. And to put it really, that's what I am getting from them. But my prediction is they're going to fail, and if they're not careful, Ceausescu, Saddam Hussein, Idi Amin, the guy who was in Libya, Gaddafi, plenty of examples. I hope they read about those things. Dictatorship never end well. And if they're not careful, their kids will suffer the consequences. That's my prediction. And the way they are going about it, they are creating a lot of hatred for themselves against the family. Because the way they're treating immigrants is not only affecting immigrants, except for very few with traumatic childhood issues and the MAGA movement. They are saying, "Oh, well, that's what we voted for." A lot of them are beginning or are uncomfortable with what they are watching. And as Americans are getting caught in that stuff too. That's another sore point. Good luck to those who think they're going to take over the American presidency, abuse people, and stay there forever. It's not going to happen. That's my prediction. Yikes. Let me see. Time flew by. Sylvia Strong says, question, will any of the victims come forward to tell their truth and have the evidence to back it up? Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Marion Owens. Grassley. That's the name I couldn't remember. Grass. Now I'm never going to forget. I'm going to have to think about, whenever I try to remember his name, I'll picture outside. Grassley. Thank you. Yes. In fact, that's part of the video I was watching before I started streaming, and I forgot to turn my mic on because it's very upsetting. I'll tell you that, guys, okay? I was on Midas Touch. They have a video. They have at least 6 or 7 examples of ICE going out and arresting people. And in one of the videos, they have people recounting what happened to them, those who were at CCAT. Okay, they provided testimony. And if you were born under a dictatorship or live under a dictatorship, what they are saying is nothing compared to what they do to people. I remember I was very young, okay, what Papa Doc, he's Tonton Macoute, and that's what ICE is doing right now. And by the way, this thing progresses. Right now, since we are not used to this, they're doing it, they're starting slowly, they're ramping up. There are going to be a lot more abuses. And by the way, I don't know how many of you there is who saw this article. There's an article about American mercenaries in Gaza. Now they are running back to Congress complaining, and they were released in Gaza to shoot live bullets, to shoot Palestinians with live bullets. The reason why I'm bringing that is Stephen Miller and Vought and these people, they want to traumatize the population, us, society, into compliance. It's not going to work. But what MAGA is beginning to understand, and it's affecting them, a lot of them, that's not what they voted for. Go to a work area and arrest people. They are paying taxes. They go to immigration, they call them, say, to go talk to a judge or whatever it is that they do, okay, and you arrest them and abuse them. And I don't know how many of you heard, and this is scary. When I saw it, I was like, how many of these people? They arrested an ICE agent who was abusing infants, kids. And there are reports as well that some of them are abusing women. If Trump and company think that they're going to get away with this, they are just fomenting an environment for what happened in other countries, although the time is going to be shorter. Ceausescu was in power for at least 15 years. Papa Doc was almost 20, something like that, or at least 15 as well. Okay? But in those days, the atrocities, communication was not what it is today. The atrocities took time for people to know. But today with communication, you abuse somebody down the street, in 2 minutes, the whole country becomes aware of it. The video goes viral, and there you are. Yeah, that's why the video of that young lady from Tufts University, I don't remember her name, she's free now, just repulsed a whole lot of people. But that's what Trump and company are doing. The number of abuse they're perpetrating on our society, regardless of if the person is American born or undocumented. We are not used to this. That's not what we voted for. I didn't vote for him, but MAGA didn't, they don't feel that's what they voted for. They're not going to get away with it. And the notion is going to be there forever. He's so believe in his power. And now, he thinks he rules the world. This thing has I almost said the S word. This whole thing is going to come to a screeching halt at the right time. Watch what happens. But yes, Sylvia Strong, there are going to be proof, everything, people recounting what happened to them. Absolutely. And there are plenty. That's why I mentioned that video on Midas Touch, the channel Midas Touch. Okay. Okay. Melissa Thompson says the point with Polaroid is they can't be Photoshop. That's, well, you can Photoshop. The film is unique. It comes out of the camera and develop itself. Yes, but you can take a picture of it. Okay, I mean, in those days they weren't clear. Oh no, today there are ways you can, sharpen it. You can manipulate it today. Oh no, you can Photoshop those pictures, but you don't need to. You know why? Because there are so many people. It seems like Epstein was showing those things around, and that's the only person I know, but I am sure intuitively, Michael Wolff was not the only person who saw those pictures. And there are videos. Remember, he had a video, and one of his mentions, I don't know if it was one, and all his mentions, okay, they were recording 24 hours a day, or they were triggered, whenever something moves. So there are plenty of evidence. Yeah. Jenny Bai says, Milou, will Ivanka be called in by Congress or another institution to testify about her father's dealing with Epstein? I don't think they're going to need to do that. She will be testifying about other things. Financial. It feels like to me, business, what they've been up to. Josh Hawley. Thank you, Catherine Gilbert. Josh Hawley is his name. Oh my God, this guy is such a coward. Well, he's stepping up now, standing up to testing. Testing, standing up to Trump. So yeah. Okay, let me see what was. Tomorrow I'll talk about the economy. Oops, somebody said something. Oh, I didn't see it. Krista McCracken says Ford just lost all their profits. Yes, over $1 billion. And also I heard, thank you, Burika, Grassley is mummified. Yes. Well, if you guys heard this morning, inflation went up. And unfortunately, it's going to get worse. Things are going to get really hard, guys. Krista McCracken says, yes, Boasberg is fighting back big time. If Trump thinks he's going to get away attacking those guys, some of them are pretty hardcore. They're not playing. Federal judges? Yeah, but that's what Trump is trying to secure right now because he's not having that much success. But I don't think he's going to succeed. There are too many other things that can catch up with him. So it's going to be a fight, but I feel he'll lose. Raymond Di Pasquale says, hell is empty and all the devils are here, Shakespeare. Oh, you guys. Okay, I think this is it, friends. Thank you very much, everyone. Oh, some people posted questions, but I've been, I will answer them tomorrow. Because I said I was going to answer them today, but so many of you asking questions. Thank you. Please keep it up. But tomorrow I will answer the questions that I saw today on the comment board. Thank you very much, everyone, for spending time with me. Thank you, Chat Monitors, for your help. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmilou.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. If you like the channel and you are not a subscriber yet, please consider subscribing. And please don't forget to tap on the notification button. Please give me a thumbs up. That will keep, the algorithm showing the video to more people, and that would help me. That would help me a lot. If you like the work I'm doing, please tell your friends, tell everybody about the channel, and if you can donate, I would appreciate it. Thank you, everyone, for spending time with me. I will see you all tomorrow, unless something major happens later. Till then, bye.